From the John C. Hinch Production Art Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Matt Danielowitz and Marcella Gillen. News with Joe Williams and Mariah Hart and your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Zach Cassee and Gabrielle Balzell and your sports reporting team. On the Beat with Christine Kinnear. The Buzz with Ashley Edlin. Get Real with Christy Surgett. Let's Eat with Stephanie Sally Robbins. About Crew with Elise Anders. Cooking for Two with Ashley Edlin and Kevin McClellan. And State of the Arts with Elizabeth Scoville. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I am your host Matt Danielowitz.
And I am Becca Winning.
And we are going to have another exciting day here at Midstate Magazine with full of fun news and excitement around the Peoria area.
It's good to be back.
It is. You did it last semester too.
I was a host last semester and I'm filling in today.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be another person here next week.
Yeah.
She's really sweet.
Yeah. Do you miss it at all being a host at all?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Andrew is a great guy. So, I mean, I still talk with him. So.
Well, that's good. You guys are still on speaking terms with that.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
Good.
We didn't hurt each other's feelings too much with anything we said last
That's
semester.
good. And that's the best kind of friendship that anyone can ask for.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I know right before we were going on news, we were talking a little bit about TV shows and how there's a lot of new series coming out and starting the fall season.
It's a whole new time right now. I'm so excited for Community.
Yeah.
I love it. They do so many mock shows of like your typical zombie flick, and Betty White is coming this season.
That's what I heard. That's a big news at Community. Betty White coming back, and it's just amazing how like her career pretty much started off in the one Snickers commercial everybody sees where the guy, they're playing football and the guy's like, you're playing like Betty White out there, and from there she did, I think, the Proposal, I think, with Ryan Reynolds in there, and then the Saturday Night Live bit, and then her whole career has just skyrocketed to a new realm, I guess.
She is something else. My friends and me watched some of the SNL with her.
Yeah.
She was hilarious.
Indeed. And now it's time for the news with Joe, Mariah, and Gabrielle.
Good evening. I'm Joe Williams from Midstate Magazine.
And I'm Mariah Hart. Now let's take a first look at the news.
Nice job.
Hundreds of Central Illinois residents waited in line for a chance to see former First Lady Laura Bush at Barnes & Noble booksellers on Big Hollow Road earlier last week. Bush signed copies of her book, Spoken from the Heart. The former First Lady was also in town for U.S. Representative Aaron Schock's fundraiser, which was held at the home of Doug and Diane Oberhelman later that night.
On Interstate 474, 4 officers and a witness were nearly killed. After officers pulled over a drunk driver on the highway and proceeded with a sobriety test, his life was jeopardized by an erratic speeder seemingly unaware of the sirens and lights on the side of the road. Scott's law requires all drivers to slow down and pull over for emergency vehicles. Though police were able to jump out of the way and no one was harmed, the speeding vehicle was ticketed. Scott's law has decreased the number of road rage fatalities by 30, and police hope the law and the lesson learned will help decrease it even more.
Gas prices are still on the rise. The average gallon of gas is 4.9 cents more expensive than last month at a surprising high of $2.76. Peoria gas prices are higher than the national average of $2.22. Even more surprisingly is the fact that in the past year, the prices has jumped about 32 cents. The prices are predicted to still rise even higher.
Bradley University is partnering up with local schools of District 150. The goal of the combined district is to make schools the focus of the community. The Peoria Public Schools Board of Education approved the plan August 9th and believe it will provide a more enriching learning experience for students in the community. It is also believed to help improve test scores through the Service Community Schools initiative.
Peoria will host the Peoria Fine Arts Fair September 25th through 26th. The artists of all sorts will gather to show off their work. It will be held along the riverfront at Festival Park. Included will be a complimentary breakfast, lunch, and awards will be presented at dinner. The turnouts are hoped to be 40,000 art enthusiasts.
The Peoria Gems basketball team held a blood drive a week ago. The Gems coach, Janelle McLeod, believed it was important for the team to reach out to the community. The team paired up with the Red Cross and also sponsored an art contest based upon African American leaders in history. The winner is to be awarded $25.
Last week, a Pekin school reached to inspire students with a new name change. The school, once known as Sunset Hills Primary School, has been renamed to Scott Altman Elementary School. Scott is a former resident of Pekin and a well-known astronaut. In accordance, the school's mascot has also changed to the Rockets. Now here's Gabrielle Balzel with the sports.
Thanks, Mariah. The intramural sports season at Bradley University is in full swing. Softball is the first of 13 intramural sports offered during the fall semester at Bradley University. Participating students will compete at Mine and Field, a short walk east of the main campus. Teams compete in 6-inning slow-pitch softball games. There's a men's, women's, and co-ed league. Each of these are divided up into 3 skill levels, depending on the ability of the players. Bradley also offers a separate league for fraternity and sorority members to compete in. The regular season runs now through September 23rd, and then the single elimination playoff tournament will begin. Intramural sports at Bradley are definitely a home run. For the first time in more than a decade, Bradley will tip off the start of the official practice season by hosting an hour-long Midnight Madness-style event called Hoopla on the Hilltop in the university's new on-campus arena. The basketball activity will be a featured event during Bradley University's homecoming schedule and will include spotlight introductions of the 2010-2011 men's and women's basketball teams, a half-court shot at $10,000 for lucky contestant, and games involving the current players and fans. Hoopla on the Hilltop will begin at 9 p.m. October 15th. Tickets for the event are $5 for the general public and free for Bradley University students, faculty, and staff. Back to you, Mariah.
District 150 is breaking away from its graduation traditions. The decision to have future high school graduations on a Saturday and on a staggered schedule throughout one day has been approved and praised by the Peoria community. This change terminated the position of deciding whose graduation to attend for parents, grandparents, and extended family members.
Well, that's all for the news. I'm Joe Williams.
And I'm Mariah Hart. Be sure to join us next week.
And I'm Gabrielle Balzel. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Joe, Mariah, and Gabrielle. There's a lot of stuff going on here, Peoria. I didn't know that there was an astronaut in Pekin.
I had no idea either, but you know what? I actually like the name change for Pekin going to the Rockets. You know, to me, I think that name just kind of like gives it that good old, like, you know, kind of like the energy to put back in a school, you know, for a good mascot name.
That's very true. That's very true. It'll be exciting to see them make a new name.
Yeah,
it really will be.
Definitely, definitely. And then also, like, again, obviously gas prices going up once again, you know.
I'm not excited about that.
No, nobody should be excited off for gas prices at all. Especially if you have a long drive to go to for a job, you know, and especially if you got a big SUV too, you're just wasting money left and right.
On those gas guzzlers.
Which is amazing because nowadays I don't know why people would even want to get like an SUV type of car, like especially
some people
now.
have the money.
Yeah, some people do, but you know, typical like people like myself, I just have a regular like 2000 like Malibu that I just drive around with. It's a nice vintage car. I don't need to show like I have a big SUV. I'm a big man, you know, with money.
Well, if you're out in the country, it makes complete sense because you have to lug things around a lot of times. You're going through different terrain. Yeah. So, I mean, there are people who really need that, and sometimes those are the people who can't afford it.
Yeah, that's true. And then another thing on the news also was, you know, when they were talking about the drunk driving, you know, that's another big issue that kind of goes around, you know, and it's a tragic thing, but, you know, it's good to see that policemen are stepping up to crack down on drunk driving, make sure everybody is safe on the road.
Yeah, it is. I hope people are safe. And actually, next we have Ashley Edlund with local entertainment news. So let's see what she has for us.
The buzz in Peoria always seems to be coming from the riverfront. And last week, some local artists got to set up shop in the town's infamous hotspot. Water Street Fiesta kicked off Friday, welcoming local vendors looking to market their arts, crafts, and even homemade kitchen utensils. Booths line the 300 block of Water Street, showcasing everything from handmade jewelry to unique paintings and scarves.
People come down from all over, even local people. They just come down here looking for a good time, and they see this and they can spread the word. And before you know, you have a lot of people coming to you and saying, "Hey, I love what you do. Please make me something."
Finding a home for the pieces that we make. I kind of am an artist and I make the stuff, and then people come along and, oh, I love it, and then that's like the best part of it.
The good news is if you missed this Friday, there are plenty more. The events will run through October 29th, and for more information, you can head to their website, waterstreetfiesta.com, or check it out for yourself every Friday night starting at 5 p.m. With The Buzz, I'm Ashley Edlin.
Thanks, Ashley, for that. And that's very interesting. A lot of people just have such like creative talent to just create like scarves, bracelets, and even different paintings too also.
Yeah, I actually made my earrings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's something my little cousin and I got into. For her birthday one time, she actually took a group of people and we went to, there's a jewelry shop near where I live, and you pick out what you want, you get the materials. I've made quite a few earrings, but it's really neat because you get to have your own style.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not the best person with style at all, but it's really cool to see what other people make. So I think I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. Same here. And I know it almost kind of ties in. I know back with the news how the Peoria Art Guild too, and every year like me and a couple other people, we just go down and we just see the different vendors and back with paintings. And it's amazing too, like the different vases and like all the stuff they sculpt out of clay. It's just like, it's so much time and effort to put into it, but I mean, like the final result that you get out of it, I mean, it's amazing. And then to have your stuff being sold and actually people buying whatever you create is truly like heartwarming feeling also.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Only imagine. I have a friend I've been talking to about having her do a painting for me, and then I'm gonna help pay for that.
What was a painting?
Well, I'm looking at having her do this clumsy knight. It actually has a reference to a conversation my friend and I had a while back, and hopefully it'll turn out really like this cute little clumsy knight with all his little armor falling off and everything. But we'll see. We're still in talks about it.
Is that supposed to be the clumsy knight referring to yourself, or?
No, kind of. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, let's see what Courtney Shattuck is going to teach us to fix today.
Hey, Miss Fix-It here. If you've ever been trapped on the side of the road with a flat tire, you know how terrible it can be. Knowing how to change that flat tire is an important skill for everyone to know, because a flat tire can happen to anybody at any time. First, find a stable and safe place to work, away from the road and someplace where your car isn't in the way. Make sure that your car is in park and your parking brake is on. You don't want your car rolling away while you're working on it. Get out your jack and tire iron. Most new cars come with a standard scissor jack and tire iron, but the cross wrench is much easier to work with. Place the jack as close as you can to your tire under the frame. Where you place your jack varies from car to car, so consult your manual. Loosen the lug nuts around your wheel by turning counterclockwise. Loosen them in a star formation. Only loosen them now. Do not completely remove them. Now operate the jack turning clockwise. Only get your tire just off the ground so you can easily remove your wheel. Your spare tire should go on like your last tire. Tighten your lug nuts clockwise in a star formation, but don't tighten them all the way just yet. After all the lug nuts are on, tighten them 1/4 turn past very tight. If your spare is a donut tire, do not exceed speeds of 45 miles per hour. Its purpose is to only get you to the nearest mechanic. Changing a tire can be easy, and now that I just taught you how, you can apply that knowledge to any car at any time. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Courtney Shattuck.
Thanks, Courtney. That's actually a really good skill to have. Have you ever run into a flat tire issue?
Actually, when I was younger, we took a family trip up to Wisconsin, and like we had the car fully packed, and we also had stuff on the roof, and we had just this big SUV, and I was sitting in the passenger seat, and all of a sudden we're driving on 294 heading toward Wisconsin, and next thing you know, we just kind of feel a slight like weight shift going to like the front passenger side. And I kind of thought, am I a little heavy or something? Is my big butt kind of like, shifting the car? Then we turn out, then we just hear the car just kind of slow down, and we just smell burnt rubber. And then the tire was flat. And next thing you know, we pull over, and then the stuff that was on the roof of our car actually started flying onto the expressway.
No.
So I had to make sure I had all the stuff ready. I was taking out stuff out of the trunk, get the jack and everything else for the car. Well, my dad's trying to avoid cars getting all the stuff on the expressway. So, I mean, it's a scary moment, but it was actually kind of funny now that I'm thinking back on it.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh in terms of saying it wasn't probably a little traumatizing, especially for your dad to have to run back.
And it was fun. That was actually the first time I actually learned how to put a tire on and that's just funny because I was dealing with that plus all the camping equipment going on the expressway. So kind of like two double negatives there at the same time, but now I know how to put a tire on.
See, I've had to change a tire before too. One time I went out to my car and my tire was flat. And it did not make me very happy. So hopefully with what Courtney taught us, and then if we do run into that problem, we'll remember how to do it.
Exactly.
But Christine is here with On the Beat, so let's take a look.
Many alternative bands today try to copy the sound originated by Weezer, yet none can even come close to their unique musical style. Weezer, known for their many hits such as Say It Ain't So, Buddy Holly, Island in the Sun, and Beverly Hills, reach back to their roots for their 8th studio album, Hurley. The album cover features a very similar character who indeed is Hurley from the hit TV show Lost. Despite the celebrity image, this album gets Weezer to reach the alternative rock formula they've missed for a while. When I first heard this album, I wasn't sure what to think, considering the last 3 albums were more mainstream pop than alternative. However, Rivers Cuomo, the lead singer, says this album is going to have more raw rock energy. They had to make up a lot of ground in order to get back to their original songwriting style. The album's first single, Memories, not only impressed me, but showed me they rediscovered their roots. It's great to see that Weezer has returned to their true form, and I believe they will bring back their fan base with Hurley. If you want to hear any of their new songs or classics live, don't forget to purchase your tickets for September 25th at the new Bradley Arena. For On the Beat, I'm Christine Kinnear.
Thanks, Christine. And Weezer finally coming back with another album out.
It's exciting. I didn't realize they were coming out with a new album.
I had no idea either. I went on their website because I'm a huge fan of so many bands, and I seen an update and it said they came out with a new album. So
maybe they'll be on Rock Band to play.
Maybe.
Big fan of Rock Band.
Yeah. I see Rock Band. I kind of am a little bit, but Guitar Hero is more my thing. So to speak.
Okay, so you just play guitar.
Yeah.
Well, I do it with a group of friends, and we switch around.
It is fun playing with a group of friends though with Rock Band. Especially for me, my favorite instrument to play is the drums, or sometimes I'll just wail out on the vocals.
Okay, so here's a story for you.
All right.
Last year, a bunch of my friends ended up graduating, and I told them that the culmination of their college career was this. We did the endless set list on Rock Band 2, which I believe that's 4 or 6 hours straight of playing music. I mean, we had a group of people, and we switched off and on, and we ordered pizza, and it was a great time. But I definitely ended up doing some screamo music, and I probably scared some friends.
I don't think I could ever play Rock Band for 4 to 6 hours.
We traded off.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad.
Everybody taking turns from the people that can't sing really well to the people that can try and scream and scare their friends off, like what you did. But
yes, I hope I scared friends off.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a good voice at all, I know I'm one of those people. I have a terrible voice, so I mean.
So I'm not worried about that, but it was a little weird doing screamo.
Yeah.
I may have done it more like lyrical poetry.
Yes. Screamo's kind of not my thing at all in terms of music. So, but now let's check out State of the Arts with Elizabeth Scoville.
Good evening. I'm your State of the Arts host, Elizabeth Scoville, and tonight we have a very talented musician coming back for her 2nd year on Midstate. She has been performing for 5 years and has done many of her own originals. Tonight she will perform a song called When the Rain Keeps Falling. Let's welcome Michelle Garrity. Thank you for being here today, Michelle.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your song and where the inspiration for it came from?
Yeah, actually when I was going to high school, there were these 2 girls that went to high school with me, and their house actually burned down, and so I was just inspired to write them a song of hope and encouragement. So this song was dedicated to them.
Oh, that's great. Well, here we are, When the Rain Keeps Falling. Michelle. It's a beautiful song. Thank you again for coming to perform for us.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for watching the State of the Arts. I'm Elizabeth Scoville, leaving you with this. Gabriel Faur once said, "To me, music exists to elevate us as far as possible above everyday life."
Thank you, Elizabeth. And she has a wonderful voice.
Yeah, she does.
Almost kind of reminds me of like Michelle Branch, almost in a way.
Yeah, she does. She has that same simplistic quality.
Yeah.
Everything's just.
Yeah, the music was very melodic, as you could see. Like we were clapping our hands in the studio. I mean, I kind of felt embarrassed on that, but hey, you know what? I was happy I was in the music, and.
Yeah, and I like the fact that she was inspired to write it. I mean, it's horrible that, you know, her house had to burn and everything, but.
I mean, it's difficult, like trying to like write a song of your own nowadays. I mean, I'm in a band back home, and it's just so difficult because we do a lot of covers of bands, and like whenever we try to think of a song to write, we can't do it. Like
I had no idea you were in a band. What do you play?
I'm actually guitar and lead singing. Yeah, me lead singing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really forced. I was kind of forced into lead singing, so to speak.
And how do you like that?
I kind of like it and I kind of don't at the same time. There was actually one time I played for, you know, friends and family, just at a block party, and I forgot, I think we were playing Gotta Be Somebody by Nickelback, and there was one note that I couldn't hit, and I squeaked so bad, and I just backed out of the mic for a minute or so.
It can be kind of scary.
Yeah, it was almost like I went through puberty all over again, you know.
Well, what's really neat, though, is people don't understand the work it takes to set things up and get everything going.
Yeah.
Like here in the studio, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. So let's take a look at what our hardworking technical crew has been up to this week.
Do you ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes at Midstate Magazine? Well, wonder no more. I'm Elise Andert, and today I'm going to take you backstage with Tracy Brunsman.
I'm a shooter for Midstate Magazine, which means that I go out with different segments with the camera. I'm the one that sets up the lighting, I'm the one that gets the shots, and then I come back and I edit it all together in the edit bay.
Before Tracy can go out and shoot, she has to first check out all of the equipment. Then she's ready to start the day.
Getting the camera working perfectly, getting like all the white balance, the exposure, the focus, getting the camera at the right height, which is pretty important. Just getting all of that right to get your shot perfect can take a little bit.
And Tracy's job doesn't just finish after the setup. She still has to help direct the reporters. But what's her favorite part?
I love the editing and post-production. It's my favorite part.
However, her job is not done yet. Packing up takes just as much work as the setup. Tracy has to roll up all of the cords, take down all the lights, careful, they're hot, and pack it all back up. Then she's finally ready to head back to the office. Well, that's it for About Crew. I'm Elise with Midstate Magazine. Have a great evening, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Elise. Now you guys have a little bit more of an understanding of the things that go on to make this production work.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only just with that, like especially doing field production too, like getting the videos, making sure your shots are right. I mean, it takes a lot of work. I mean, currently in a class right now, and that's not easy.
There is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes and a lot of equipment that you have to work with and know how to use. And it's great, though. We've got a great team of people here, good family.
Yeah, everybody working 100%, just making sure this show is up and running. It gets produced really well. We have a good director, TD, audio, you know, just everybody else working back inside the studio. I mean, you know, it's a great feeling to put on a show and just like make us feel like we're actually, you know, putting on a news program, you know, for everybody to kind of watch. I mean.
Yeah, and hopefully what we do can impact and make a difference too.
I got a little touchy feeling right now in my heart. I mean, almost tearing up a little bit. It's amazing.
It's true though. I mean, we do what we do to make a difference. We do what we do to inform people and to entertain people once in a while too. Like the flat tire story.
Yeah, the flat tire story, and like making sure people know like what's new around the Peoria area, or like even what's new in music too, you know.
That's true. And Weezer will be here at Bradley, and that will be an exciting time. And there's a lot of things going on in the Peoria area all the time.
Yeah, definitely. The Peoria Art Guild especially. I know not from Peoria, but I know the Morton Pumpkin Festival, you know, just outside of Peoria.
Weekend,
yeah, which is actually a lot of fun. I went there last year, and it's just amazing. They have all these different bands and all these like activities you can do. It's almost like it's kind of like one big carnival in a way, and then everything like pumpkin pie, you know, just everything pumpkin. I mean, it is an amazing. If anybody gets a chance to go to Morton Pumpkin Festival, they definitely should get the chance.
Definitely. And then like next weekend is the opening of Bradley's Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
And I think next week, actually, we're going to get to see a little performance by them.
All right.
I think that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Becca Wenning.
And I'm Matt Daniela. See you next time for Midstate Magazine.
Yeah.